All right. Hello, my friends. This is Matt Prados at Chiropractic Traffic. And today on this tutorial, what I'm going to do is, describe the differences between Chiropractic Traffic and our philosophy and Perfect Patients by Bill Esteb and their setup. I can't necessarily speak to their philosophy, but I get asked so many times, what's the difference between you and this guy, and what's the difference between you and that guy. I'm going to do a little video series here and just put the websites up side by side and kind of give you an idea of what's different and why we do what we do and even why we do it the way we do it. So as you can see on the left side here, this is a Perfect Patients website. This is just a random website I picked for no reason at all, except I had saw the address. It came across our system, and I pulled it up, saw what it looked like, and it looks nice. And then this is one of our clients' sites. And first of all, you can see that there's a lot going on here on the left, right? There's not as much going on over here, and we did that for a very, very specific reason. And the more you got going on, the more confusing it is. When I look at this website on the left, there are so many things that I could do. Now, I'm not saying any of these things are bad particularly. It just is a different philosophy of creating websites. Now, all of these links are things that I can do as a visitor, and so if your purpose is to educate someone, there is a ton of great content on here, and there's no doubt that Bill Esteb is one of the premier writers in the chiropractic industry with his pamphlets and back talk system and all that. So of course he's taken those talents and put them into the website. You come across these different things, and you've got your everything that a normal site would have, and then you got some other things, community partners and whatnot. And I'm not even going to go into these other pages because I just don't have time. But there's a lot to do here. Now, they do have a free newsletter that you can opt in, but you got to do this, then you got to answer all these different questions, and then you got to sign up, and I don't know, maybe there's different things here for different newsletters for different people's interests or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the inside of that system, and then you got to sign up. It looks like you can ask the doctor some things, but I think those are just kind of preloaded stuff. Then you got some flash here, which is the naked back of a woman obviously is going to direct your attention there, and again, there's a lot to like. Do I look at this lady's back? Do I look at this Store Wars, play off of Star Wars? I don't know. I'm not much for finger characters on my websites. Headaches, types of stress. These articles, from what I've seen on their marketing, are changed out every week, which is definitely good for search engine optimization. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you got a couple other categories, and then you can see really tiny down here they've got some social media, and you can print it and make an appointment. So there's definitely some interesting features in there that I know a lot of doctors like. And this I had seen this model of website for years. Now, on the right is our website. You got a very basic navigation bar. I don't really want to give them a lot of choices. I don't have huge drop downs. I don't have a lot of content because I don't really want them reading my website. What I want them to do is hear this video, which is a compelling video by the doctor on who he is, because people want to know if they're going to like you, if they want to come to you. The economy's tight. People are even tighter on their money now, and if you're going to get them to spend money with you, they're going to want to like you. Bottom line, new patient special, big and bold. You cannot miss this, right? Name, email, phone number. Folks, asking for a name and an email is great, but if you're not asking for a phone number for somebody who's in pain right now, you're just not going to get their business, which is definitely not good. And then, limited time special. It's obviously known that this isn't going to be here forever, so it's a little bit of a call to action, a little bit of sales technology to get them to take action. Now, one of the biggest things here is, somebody hits your site, they're only going to see from, the top part of your sites. I've got this in Windows 7 broken down. You can see all these, but I'm going to show you what I mean real quick. This is what you see when you hit our site. It's a video. It's a new patient special. It's called action. It's really almost what people in the industry of internet marketing would call a landing page, but you can scroll down and see other information. You can sign up for just a newsletter if you want. You can get social on all these different sites. We not only, put these buttons on the website, which is, everybody seems to be putting the buttons on the website since the last couple of years when we really started pushing that particular part of website building. But we actually show our clients in a members only area how to use those social media to generate new patients, because having a button on your website is fine, but getting people to view your website that aren't already on your website is very, very important. And the other thing is all of our links open outside of the website, and I don't know if that's true of this site. So here you see this. Now, big thing, you cannot see a phone number on this website unless you scroll down, and you can only see it by scrolling down. It's easier to see on mine because I've got a Skype plugin, so it highlights it, but that blue blends in with everything else, and so that's not so hot. And then if I click on this, okay, good, so they do at least open it up in a different window. But again, way down at the bottom, not really of any value. So let's get back to the two separate sites. All right, so those are the biggest mistakes I see on websites today with Perfect Patients and Chiromatrix. I'll do another video on them. Is this phone number? It's hard to find, and like I said, on ours, it's big, it's bold. Free consultation. Or if you don't give away free consultation, whatever you're going to give away, we put some sort of call to action or some sort of, even if it's just call now to schedule, and that you want to have a call to action. You want that to be very clear and crisp. Photos are good, but very 2010. People want to see video. YouTube is one of the biggest search engines in the world. It's no secret on why it's so popular and how many people visit that. So that's the difference here. Lots of data, very informative. They claim to help you with patient retention. That's fine. Our philosophy here is find you new patients. I personally believe if you can't educate them in the office, you're never really going to educate them online. There's just too much going on in today's society for people to study your website at home when you're already asking them to come to your office a couple times a week, or come to workshops or whatever else you're going to ask them to attend. So that's the difference. I'm not saying one is better than the other. They definitely have different purposes. As far as search engine ranking, it's one thing to get people to find you. It's another thing to get them to take action. You really need to decide, what do you want to use your website for? Is it to have a very nice looking site with a lot of generic data that has absolutely nothing to do with you? This picture is not him, it's not his family, it's not his beach. He's in North Carolina. I highly doubt that's a beach in North Carolina. Nice logo, Perfect Patients logo of some sort. No phone number, nice looking doc, clean suit, whatever. If that's the way you dress is great. I know most chiropractors don't. So, you want to get the people to, get a feeling for who you're going to be. I wouldn't recommend putting a feel on your website that isn't the real you. And I definitely don't recommend this stuff down here. But anyway, if that's the difference here, they're both good. They both, help tell a chiropractic story. Decide what purpose you want your website for. Our philosophy and our purpose is to drive qualified local leads to call you or fill out this form with all their information so that you can call them. And that's really the only reason we do what we do. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that clears it up for you guys.